Howdy y'all, Big Country here with Big Country Survival. Alright, so I haven't done a whole lot of videos lately. I've been kind of preoccupied, uh, but and I really haven't done any in the shop, in a little workshop here, so I thought this was as good a time as any to do one. I'm going to show off this new knif. Alright, now this is a homemade special. I got an old mower blade and a horseshoe. You can see where I cut a horseshoe, took the ends off a horseshoe, and I welded this onto the tang of this knife blade, and I just ground it all down nice and smooth. So this is actually, and people say, well, you're not really supposed to, weld for a knife handle. Well, this is 1/4 inch thick. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it breaking. It's actually gonna be a birthday gift for a family member. They got a birthday coming up, so I made them a knife. That's because that's what I do. I make gifts. But yeah, like I said, this is an old mower blade, a couple old horseshoes, and that's actually where the hole, it's not there for decoration or anything, but that was part of the blade. So it's the center out of the mower blade where, it bolts up there. So anyway, I'm gonna go work on a leather sheath for this puppy and see how that works. I've never made a leather knife sheath before, so but I've got some of the tools anyway, and so we're gonna give it a shot and try and make it. I've been watching some old Staff Sergeant BA's leathercraft videos, some of his old leathercraft videos, and we're gonna give it a shot, see what I can do. It doesn't have to be the prettiest sheath, as long as it's something to keep the blade protected and from stabbing people accidentally, right? I kind of went with like an onion style on this, like kind of like I think that's what that's called, that onion style blade. Be good for slicing. But oh, it's getting hot in this thing. It's getting hot in here. Got the bay doors down, so actually this is so newly done. I mean, it's still kind of warm on the hands. But now my big thing thinking about is kind of self-sufficiency and doing things for yourself. This knife, I mean, I made it. I'm actually really proud of that. I make knives from time to time. I'm not great at it. I'm not even good at it per se. I just kind of do, and it usually comes out halfway decent looking, at least in my mind. I'm okay. I guess you could say I'm okay at it. It'll hold an edge, so I mean, it's fairly sharp right now, and I've really all I've done with it, as far as I haven't actually taken a whetstone to it yet. I've just the last thing I did on it was 120 grit sandpaper on my little belt sander. Uh, so we'll we'll give it a go. Um, you guys can do this stuff, not necessarily with steel, not necessarily making knives, but you can do something like this. I mean, that's like me. I got a brother. My brother, he's more into woodworking. Like he's more into making things out of wood. Steel's more my game. Uh, but he's good. And he just started out just old farm kid. Um, but he just recently made a little caddy for our dad. He made it like just this really nice caddy, something like you can put your boot cleaning stuff in, or if it was for a woman, or whatever, maybe the sewing stuff, or how mom always has a that sewing kit. She's got her sewing box, or at least mine did. Always have like a nice sewing kit. Something like that would be good for something like that, or maybe for your knitting or your crochet, whatever, or something along those lines. And yeah, it's not necessarily preparedness, survival related, but it doesn't all have to be. Like this knife, I made this knife because it was cool. Like I made this knife because I thought it looked really, the idea. I can see the ideas in my head, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be such a cool looking knife when it's done. And I think it is. But this will be something that can be used. I mean, this is useful. I didn't do it out of, SHTF preparedness. I didn't do it for that. Um, I did it because, hey, I think it looks cool. Um, and you know what? I wanted to make a knife. Someone had a birthday coming up, so they're getting a knife. And now I'm going to try some leather working, and we'll see how bad I stink at that. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Till next time, y'all. This is Big Country Survival signing out. God bless.